Hey, if you're planning for ASCO in 2024, you're going to want to tune into this video. They just released their 2024 digital advertising sponsorship opportunities and definitely blew my mind about this opportunity because the costs are fairly expensive, right? And we know it's not easy to reach those medical oncologists, but I've got a better opportunity I'm going to showcase in this video. Let's get into it. Hey there and welcome. Excited about this episode because I'm going to break down one of the major conferences that most of our clients go to, and I've been attending the last couple of years as well. And if you're a conference marketer, you've probably been there when it comes to specifically oncology. And this conference is called ASCO. It's every year in Chicago. It's a great opportunity because there's 30,000 people that go to this. A lot of clients are doing product launches, and it's a super important conference. And I just got a hold of the media kit for 2024 and had several eye-opening and mind-blowing opportunities when it comes to sponsorships. And if you've been to conferences and you've been planning for conferences, you know all about most of the sponsorship opportunities, whether it's the Wi-Fi, the lanyards, right? And one of the most popular ones I've seen this year is the sanitizer, right? And I'm sure those opportunities are available. I'm not really going to focus on those types of opportunities. And honestly, I talk to clients all the time about these different opportunities about sponsorships. And they're like, my gosh, they're so expensive. And what sort of measurements do you get? Well, you get zero, but not trying to diss exactly the sponsorship opportunities. So if you have those brand dollars and you're looking to build awareness, then hey, continue to do that, right? It's a great opportunity. It's just really expensive. There's no measurement behind it. And we work with clients to really help squeeze out more ROI. And even if you have a product launch that you're dumping a ton of money in, right, you still want to see what those metrics are. And so I want to break down one of the things that actually the sponsorship at ASCO that is digital related. And you can see the advertising on ASCO and the website. And I'm going to put the media kit up here so you can see it here. I'm going to break down specifically media buying. And if you're not a media buyer, it's totally fine. I'm going to get you up to speed in this episode. I'm going to talk about cost per thousand, which is also known as a CPM. I'm also going to talk about a share of voice, which is SOV. And I know all these terms. I've been media buying and placing media for a lot of my clients and running digital ad campaigns for the last couple decades. But I know a lot of the clients that I work with don't know a lot of these things. And that's why I wanted to shed some light on these. So if you're planning for some major things that are happening in ASCO next year, and it's a super important launch, like continue to tune in here. We also have a lot of clients that have product theaters, but this is a sponsorship opportunity again up here on the screen. This is their 2024 media kit. So I'm going to break down specifically if you want to advertise on ASCO, their annual meeting microsite. So you can see up here on the screen. If you look in closely where it says ad here up at the top on the right, that's a banner ad. It's a display banner ad. That size is actually a 728 by 90. And they have this sponsorship opportunity. It's available for a whole year. And what's interesting about this, a couple different things. One, it looks like there's 10 advertisers available to be advertised on their microsite for ASCO for next year. My eyes gravitated right over, and probably just like what you're doing right now, if you look towards the bottom where it says cost, $40,000 for annually. Now, if you're not a media buyer, you may feel like $40,000. I don't know. It could be like shocking that it's that much, or maybe it's like, hey, maybe it's not too bad. But let me break down the numbers for you. So if you think about this, again, there's impressions over here. So you see, again, it's for 1 year. Impressions are 100,000. From a share of voice perspective, that's what the SOV is. A lot of times people don't know what SOV. So share of voice. So if you look at it, there's 10 advertisers. Each advertiser gets 100,000 ad impressions. That's where they come up with the math. The other math in the equation here too. And if you need to take notes on this, totally understand. Or if you need to hit me up in the comment section below, feel free to do that. So there's a total. So of a 12-month time frame, they're estimating they're going to be able to deliver 1 million ad impressions over the course of the next 12 months. And so now they say, hey, we can get 10 advertisers. 10 advertisers are going to spend $400,000 to advertise. And so it's going to rotate. That's the other thing you're going to think about here. So you're going to be among 10 competitors. Your ad's going to rotate. So every 10th time the page refreshes, your ad's going to be displayed. So again, 100,000 ad impressions, 10% share of voice, 10 different advertisers. So if you break down the cost per thousand, which they're not showing here, which I understand why they're not, because the cost per thousand is $400, right? And comparison, the other thing that I didn't mention is we're able to target these niche medical oncologists online. The other thing that potentially could be a challenge with the website is there could be researchers, there could be a lot of other people that aren't related to the target audience you want to reach. So when we do our MPI targeting, the National Provider Identifier, and I'll include a link below in the description so you can get more information on that. But it's specifically targeting these niche medical oncologists one-to-one online. So it's hyper relevant, hyper specific, very targeted, obviously, very precise to that one-to-one niche audience. You could be getting a lot of other people to the ASCO website, but our cost per thousand is more like $70, right? In that $70, sometimes we go up to maybe $100, depending on the type of audience you're trying to reach, but you're in that sweet spot of around 70, 80, 90, $100, right? And they're charging $400. That's like a $500 markup specifically. And I don't know if they've offered this in the past. I just know I'm starting to plan for a lot of clients for next year when it comes to a lot of product launches. And so I wanted to shed some light to this from a media buying perspective, from a cost perspective. So there's definitely much better opportunities out there available right now when it comes to leveraging the power of data, right? And as I was mentioning before, we help mine this data when it comes to those national provider identifier numbers. We also do like CPT codes, ICD-10 codes as well. And really, it's that first party data that we're able to leverage. So, again, if you want to dive into this sponsorship, there's obviously other opportunities here, but I wanted to focus in just on the digital aspect of this. And just to recap, think about it. You're spending a $400 CPM. You're getting 100,000 ad impressions, right? Which isn't a lot over the course of 12 months. So if you just break that down, you're getting like 8,000 ad impressions per month. That's really low, right? Most of our campaigns that we're targeting these medical oncologists, every single month, you could be getting 50,000 up to 100,000 impressions per month, right? And right now with this type of sponsorship, you're only getting a little bit over 8,000, right? So I just wanted to bring this information to light. I'm going to continue to develop these ASCO types of videos to educate. I'm not going to get into any of the other sponsorships. I may, as I dig into this a little bit more, uncover these pricing structures. But as I mentioned, they didn't put their cost per thousand in here, and it's very significant at $400. But if you're a conference marketer and you've got those types of money, hey, go for it. I'm not saying don't do it. Obviously, you've got some good, you've got some impressions that you're putting out there. As a media buyer, if I was planning for my launch, I definitely wouldn't spend this type of money, that $40,000 to get 8,000 impressions per month at a $400 CPM. And I'm going to share some of the math when it comes to this ad buying, media buying in the description below. But if this video has been helpful and you're planning your ASCO product launch or product theater or anything like that major happening at ASCO next year, you got data that you're releasing, you got posters that you're presenting, go ahead and click the like button, hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to create, this is going to be a separate video series as a playlist. And I hope to bring in more valuable information. If there's any other comments, questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comment section below. Bye for now.